In this video section, we are going to see seasonal variations problem. So, we already discussed what is seasonal variations. So, as a manager, as a businessman, you should know what and all various impact you will get when the seasonal changes. Sometimes you may get certain problems in scheduling, purchasing, or inventory control, or personal requirement and selling and advertisement program. So as a sales management you need to plan accordingly. So you should know what is seasonal pattern. So these are the objectives of seasonal variations. So there are two objectives. One is to determine the effect of seasonal swing on the value of a given phenomena, and to determine the value of phenomena if there were no seasonal ups and downs in the series, that is called de-seasonalizing. Okay, so here there are various methods are there. So they will give the data in terms of year, they will give, or in terms of monthly or quarterly, weekly, daily or hourly. You will get a data. According to that you have to do problems. Okay, see here there are various methods are there in seasonal variation. And one is method of simple average, and ratio to trend method, ratio to moving average method, and link relative methods. Okay, so simple average method, the given data you have to add, and how many number of years or how many number of month they have given, that you have to take that account and you have to divide that. So you will get a one number, that is called a average number. Okay, based on the average you can predict your future, that is called simple average method. Okay, they will give sales details. So add the sales detail divided by the total number of year or total number of month, so you will get one number, no. So that is called a average sales of the particular year or average sales of the particular month. Okay, based on that you have to predict your future, that is called simple average method. So no need to do this problem. We can directly move on to the ratio to trend method. Okay, so this is the first problem in the seasonal variations. Use the method of monthly averages to determine the monthly indices for the following data of production of a commodity for the year 1999, 2000, 2001. Okay, so they gave 3-year production in terms of lakhs of tons. Okay, and here they have given a month. Okay, so January 1999 is 12 lakhs production of ton is happened, and in the year 2000 you got 15 lakhs tons of production is happened, and 2001 they have given 16 lakhs of tons production. Okay, like that they have given various month, so up to 12 month they give. Okay, so this is the given problem. So we are going to use the method of monthly average in order to determine the monthly indices. So here again June to December the same data is given. Okay, take down the data, and this is a solution. Okay, computation of seasonal indices. So they gave a data, no, so that data have put it here. Okay, so 1999, 2000, 2001. Okay, so this month wise you have to add 12 plus 15 plus 16, so you will get 43. Okay, similarly 11 plus 14 plus 15 you will get 40. Like that, add all the 3 years and put in this fifth column. See now, add this total 43, 40, 37, like that. If you add you will get 492. Okay, this is in terms of lakhs of tons of production is happened overall 3 years. Okay, 1999, 2000, 2001. So 492 lakhs is happened. So you have to take average of this. So if you take average 12 month they gave, no, so 492 divided by 12 you will get 41. Now we are going to find out the seasonal indices. So seasonal indices, you have to take this one. Out of 41, 43 is happened. So into 100. So you will get 43 divided by 41 into 100, you will get 104.88. Similarly, 40 divided by this one to average. Okay, so you will get 97.56. Okay, so this seasonal indexes for 3 years you have to add, total you will get 1200. Similarly you add for other data, and your final total you will get 1200. So for how many months? For 12 months, no, take average 1200 divided by 12, which is equal to 100. So like this only you have to calculate seasonal indices. Okay, I hope you understand this one. Problem number 1, simple average method, this one. Okay, next we'll move on to the second problem. Compute the seasonal index for the following data, assuming that there is no need to adjust the data for the trend. Okay, you no need to adjust the data for the trend. So they gave 4 quarter 1, quarter 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1990, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95. Okay, so here they gave data like 3.5. They didn't give whether it is a sales or production. Okay, simply they gave 3.1, only data they gave. So 1990 they divided into 4 quarter data they gave. Okay, now we are going to find out the solution. Since we are given that there is no need to adjust the data for trend, appropriate method for computing the seasonal indices is simple average method. Okay, so here they said no need to adjust the data for trend, so no need to find out the trend line. So linear method or least square method is not required here. So you have to take a simple average method. Okay, so this is the given problem. We'll see the solution now. Computation of seasonal indices by simple average method. They gave quarter, no? So have written like the 1990, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95. Have written in terms of column. Okay, first quarter, second quarter, and third quarter, fourth quarter. For all the year first quarter, add the total. Similarly, for second quarter, add the total. You will get 25.5. For third quarter, you will get 23.1. Fourth quarter, you will get 26.1. Okay, now you have to do the average. 22.8. How many years they gave? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No? So 22.8 divided by 6, you will get 3.8. Okay, similarly do for second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter. Each total you have to divide it by 6. So 25.5 divided by 6, you will get 4.25. 23.1 divided by 6, you will get 3.85. 26.1 divided by 6, you will get 4.35. Now you have to find out the indices. And how to find out the indices? This average you have to add, no? 3.80 plus 4.25 plus 3.85 plus 4.35 divided by how many quarter they gave? 4 quarter. So divided by 4. Okay, this is the value. Average you have to do. Average of average. This is average. For this value you have to do average. So add all these 4 and divided by 4, you will get 4.06. Now this is a denominator. Out of 4.06, you have to find out seasonal index. So 3.6 upon 4.06 into 100. So you will get 93.60. Similarly, 4.25 divided by this value. Okay, average of average we found, no, that value how to put into 100, you will get 104.68. And then the other data also you have to do the same method. So this is your simple average method. Okay, now we'll move on to the second method. They gave ratio to trend method. So using ratio to trend method, determine the quarterly seasonal index. Okay, so here they gave production of coal in million of tons. Okay, each value, each data is in terms of million. So here they gave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years data they gave. First quarter, second quarter, third quarter, and fourth quarter they gave. Ratio, we are going to convert the ratio to trend method. Okay, now we'll see the solution. This is the question. We'll see the solution now. Computation here I have given. Okay, now ratio to trend, in the sense directly you have to think about the linear trend equation. So what is the linear trend equation? This is the linear trend equation. Y is equal to a plus bx. For linear trend equation, immediately you should get normal equation in the mind. Okay, so normal equation, there is a two normal equation uh, to find out your linear trend. So two normal equation, immediately you have to write. After seeing that ratio to trend, you have to write down this formula. One is straight line trend equation, another one is two normal equation. Okay, I'll show you the normal equation. So here this is the normal equation. Okay, summation of y is equal to na plus b into summation of x, and summation of xy is equal to a into summation of x plus b into summation of x squared. So now n we know how many years they gave, 5 years they gave. So n is equal to 5. So we want summation of y, and we want summation of x, and we want summation of xy, and we want summation of x and summation of x squared. So these values you have to put it in the table format. Okay, we'll move on to the table. This is the computation of linear trend. So the year always you have to take t. Okay, year you have to consider as a t. Okay, here the total of quarterly values I'll show you. See, this is the given, no? This is the 4 quarter is given. Add this value 68 plus 60 plus 61 plus 63. If you add this value, you will get 252. Similarly, for second year, all 4 quarter you add. So you will get 244. Third year, add all 4 quarter. Fourth year, add all the 4 quarter, and fifth year, add all the 4 quarter. So you will get total of quarterly values. Okay, this is you will get. Another one is, now you have to do the average of quarterly values. We got 252, no? So 4 quarter they gave. 252 divided by 4, you will get 63. 244 divided by 4, you will get 61. Similarly, 266 divided by 4, 242 divided by 4, 224 divided by 4, we will get the average of quarterly values. Okay, this we will get. So this value you have to take it as y. Now what you need, summation of y you need, no? Add this value. So if you add, you will get 307. Okay. Now we got t value we know, and y value we got. X we have to find out. X is the variable. The x is nothing but your independent variable. Independent variable, you take t minus 3. Okay. 3 minus 3 in the sense mid of year, mid year. See here 1 2 3 4 5, no, which is the middle year, third one. Okay, this 3 only you have to take down. Okay, see x is equal to t minus 3. Okay, so what you will get, for each value you have to put year, t value you have to put the year. So t is equal to 1. 1 minus 3 you will get minus 2. Next one is 2. 2 minus 3 you will get minus 1. Next one is 3. 3 minus 3 you will get 0. Then 4 minus 3 you will get 1. 5 minus 2 you will get 5 minus 3 you will get 2. Okay, if you add, you should get 0. Summation of x is equal to 0. Okay, then x squared, square this value. So 2 into 2, 4. Okay, minus into minus plus. Similarly, minus 1 into minus 1, you will get 1. Next is 0, next is 1, next is 4. Add this value. X squared is over, no? Now we got x, summation of x value. Summation of x squared value, if you add, you will get 10. Then summation of xy we need. So xy, x is here, y is this value. So both you have to multiply. 63 into minus 2. So you will get minus 126. Similarly, 61 into minus 1. So minus 61. Next one is 0. Next one is 60.5. Next one is 56.0 into 2. You will get 112. Add this value. Okay, now summation of xy is equal to minus 14.5. Okay, now we got all this value, no, this value how to substitute in the normal equation. Okay, I'll come to this one later. First we have to find out a value and b value. Okay, now substitute all the values, summation of y, summation of x, and summation of xy, summation of x, and summation of x square. If you substitute the value here, you will get a is equal to 61.4. Similarly, if you substitute from the table value, if you substitute values of summation of xy and summation of x, summation of x squared, we will get b value is minus 1.45. Okay, now this a value and b value substitute in the trend line equation. Okay, so ye is now trend 61.4 minus 1.45x, because we got b value in terms of negative, so here you have to put negative sign. Okay, 1.45x. Now we got this one, no, this is where our straight line trend. Okay, so take this equation and put it in that table. Okay, I will show you the table. Okay, here you have to put, and for each x value, it means this isn't independent variable, so x is going to vary. Okay, if you change the value of x, you can predict your y value. It means y in the sense here it is a production. So now we are going to change the value of x. So x is first value, what is x is equal to minus 2, isn't it? X is equal to minus 2. Substitute here x, here minus 2, so it means minus 1.5 into minus 2. Then if you add with 61.4, you will get 64.30. Similarly, so for x is equal to okay, for x is equal to, next one is minus 1. Minus 1 substitute here and you will get 62.85. Then next one is x is equal to 0. So this term it becomes 0. You will get 61.4. Okay. Similarly, put x is equal to 1. So you will get 59.95. In this equation, you have to change the value of x. So now we got the trend value of production, production value, we got it. Okay. Now the yearly increment, how much we got? Minus 1.45, isn't it? Now the data which we got, no, that is for quarterly, not for yearly. So this minus 1.45 we have to divide by 4. Okay, so minus 1.45 divided by 4, how much we will get? Minus 0.36. Is it clear? Okay, now see, now this value only we have to find out. Okay, seasonal indexes, no, so seasonal indexes, this table only we have to find out. See, there given is different, but we got for first year first quarter is different value. So this how to find out, that I am going to show you now. See here 64.84 and 64.48 first year second quarter, 64.12 and 63.76. Is it clear? So this is our trend value. We are going to find out by using calculation. Okay, we'll see. This is our calculation. See, for quarterly increment, how much we got? Minus 0.36 we got, no? So here I'll show you. Here this one. Okay, so yearly increment is 1.45 and quarterly increment is 0.36, minus 0.36. Okay, so the first value we have to take. We got trend value 64.30. This value, this one. Okay, this from the table value, no, the linear computation table, 64.30 we got, no, that first value we have to take. Okay, that value we have to take. Now next one, how to calculate this one, I'll show you in a picture format. Okay, first we'll read this sentence. The negative values of B implies that we have a declining trend. It means decreasing trend. It's not increasing. We have a declining trend. Now we have to determine the quarterly trend value for each year. The average quarterly trend value for the first year, how much we got? 64.30. This is in fact the trend value for the middle quarter. That is an average, no? Average in the sense 4 quarter. We divided the 1 year into 4 quarter. 64.30 is an average quarter in the sense a middle year. Okay. It means half of the second quarter and half of the third quarter for the first year. Okay, since the quarterly increment is minus 0.36, we obtain the trend value for the second and third quarter of the first year as follows. So they gave this formula, okay, to find out the quarter quarter of quarter of first year, first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter value by using this. I'll show you in the picture format. Okay, now so see here, I put on 4 circle, so each circle is 1 quarter. Okay, this is 1 quarter, second quarter, third quarter and fourth quarter. We got 64.30. No, what is that? Average quarter. Okay, so this line here we got 64.30. Is it clear? Okay, what we got quarterly increment, how much we got? 0.36. It means minus, declining trend, minus 0.36. And for this quarter also minus 0.36. This quarter is also minus 0.36, and this quarter, final quarter, is also minus 0.36. So first I am going to find, because it is middle, no, so I am going to find out for second quarter. Is it clear? I am going to find out for second quarter. For backward direction, you have to subtract we have to subtract minus 0.36. For forward computation, we have to add minus 0.36. Is it clear? See, this is our average trend. For this value, we have to subtract minus 0.36. For again, to find out for first quarter, we have to subtract minus 0.36. And forward computation, we have to add 0.36 and add 0.36 for the fourth quarter. Okay. Now I am going to calculate for second quarter. So your average, take this average value, 64.30 minus half of this. This is middle, no? So I am going to find out half of this value. Okay, half of this is the backward computation is minus, no? So I put minus sign here. 1 by 2, half of the second quarter. So minus 0.36. Okay, cancel this 2, you will get minus 0.1. So you will get minus 0.18, and minus into minus become plus, and if you add, you will get 64.48. So we got for second quarter 64.48. Now we have to calculate for the first quarter. Okay, take this second quarter value minus half of this value. Okay, so we took half of this and again half of this value. So minus half of minus 0.36. So if you cancel this value, you will get minus 0.18. Minus into minus again plus. So what you will get? 64.66. So this 64.66 is up to here. Okay, is it clear? So we got up to here, it's 64.66. Now we want for first quarter, no? Okay, first quarter. See, this, take this 64.66 minus of half of minus 0.36. So again 2 and this minus 0.36, if you cancel, you will get minus 0.18, and if you add, you will get 64.66 plus 0.18, and then if you add, you will get 64.84. This is for first quarter. Okay, so now I found for second quarter and I found for first quarter. Is it clear? So this 64.30, no, this is middle of this one. average 64. So that's why we want half of this. Half of this we calculated for first second quarter. First quarter again we have to do remaining values. Okay. Okay. Next we'll see. So first and second quarter is over, no? Now third quarter. See, you have to take um, first second. Um, 1 second. Second quarter you have to consider. Okay. So this value you have to take 64.48. 1 second. I'll show you. Okay. Here this value. 64.30. Okay. I'll show you now. 64.30, and third quarter, no, it's a forward computation, so not backward, forward computation, in the sense you have to put plus sign. So 64.30 plus 1 by 2, again the same one, minus 0.36. So if you cancel, you get minus 0.18, and this plus into minus, you will get minus sign. So 64.30 minus 0.18, you will get 64.12. This is for third quarter. And you have to find out the fourth quarter. So fourth quarter, again forward computation, you will get plus. So here you will get 0.18 minus 0.18. So this value you have to take. Because fourth quarter you have to take third quarter value. Okay. So you will get 63.94. Again 63.94 plus half of the value. So you will get 63.76. Okay. Okay. So first you have to find out this half. Okay. Then for first quarter find out again this half. Then for first quarter again half of 0.36. Similarly for third quarter, from this value, average value, you have to take half, addition you have to do. Then the same value you have to take third quarter value, you have to do addition. Okay. Now we'll move on to the problem. Okay, like this. Okay, they gave like this directly. Okay, so you will get answer. That answer you have to put it here. We found, no, second quarter 64.48, and first quarter we got 64.84, third quarter we got 64.12, and fourth quarter we got 63.76. This is for first year, no, like that you have to find out for second year. For second year you have to take your this value 62.85. Okay, the same method, take this as an average value. Okay, center of that quarter. Okay, center of 4 quarter, take this and half of first second quarter, then half of third quarter, then half of fourth quarter, like that you have to find out. So this is our, this table you will get. So after that calculation, so I showed you only 1 year, so you have to find out for the other year. Okay, so you will get this value. Now how to find out the trend eliminated value? Okay, go to the problem. Okay, what we got, see, this is the problem, no. 68, the first quarter 68, the second quarter 60. Okay, we'll move on to the table. We are going to find out the trend eliminated value. Okay, so here the first value is 64.84 and the given is 68. So 68 divided by 64.84 into 100, you will get 104.87. Okay, the given data, take down the given data. See, second quarter we got 60, no, 60 divided by 64.84. Okay, 60 divided by 64.84 into 100, we will get 93.05. Okay, the given value as percentage of trend value. So we will get this eliminated value. Okay, it is not necessary because it is not asked in the question. Only you have to find out this one is more than enough. In case if they ask to find out the trend eliminated value, you have to use the given data divided by this data. okay, into 100 you will get 104.84. Like that you have to find out the all values and add this value, okay, that is this row, and find out the average divided by 5 each total value. You will get 106.82, 95.84, 95.33, 101.91, like that you will get. Okay, up to this is enough. The adjusted index and all is not required. Okay, in case if you want, I'll tell you this one, if you add that you will get 399.90, and it is approximately 400, no, so you have to correction factor, you have to do 400 divided by 399.9, so you will get 1.00025. Okay, so like this only you have to calculate your trend, ratio to trend. Okay, ratio to trend in the sense you have to use your uh, straight line equation y is equal to a plus bx and two normal equation. Okay, I hope you understand this problem.